Vision. I'm so glad you're all here today. Happy whatever it is after Thanksgiving. You can see we had some elves show up this weekend. Isn't that pretty? Festive. More to come, more to come. But we're still in November, by the way. So let's stand and celebrate being together today.
How are you this morning? Awesome. Happy Thanksgiving weekend. It is really. Don't look over here. It's still Thanksgiving weekend. Now we're getting an early start on Christmas. What do you think? Isn't that beautiful? Holy moly. This is Christmas through the eyes of a child. Does it look like that? Yes, I think so. Absolutely. Well, okay, let's pray. Before we go any further, let's pray. Giving great thanks for this day, for everyone here, for those on their way, for those who are somewhere else. We know that we are all right where we belong. We are right in our right place. We know that everywhere we are is holy ground because the entire universe is the outpicturing of this universal intelligence that has thought everything into form. So wherever we are standing on holy ground. We know that the entire universe is the body of God. And we know that everything is made from that one. Everything that has poured from that one is created form, making everything from itself, never being absorbed by its creations. We know that God is both transcendent and immanent, right here, right now, right within our hearts, and everywhere simultaneously. So that we know we come together to remember this for ourselves and for each other and know everyone we come across is God in form as well. Giving great thanks for this time we spend together to remember and to know that all life is precious, all life is holy, all life is some part of the one life of God. And so it is. Yay. So Thanksgiving, how was it? Didn't you spend it in a lovely place and have fun? Was everything good? No political arguments, right? Everything is good. Everything was fun, right? Right? Okay, good. Phew. I just love that. I just love it. Because this month's theme was loving the unlikable. So you never know, sometimes. Okay, never mind. I want you to know we have practitioners here, just in case, right? And it's always the case. It is always the case. We always benefit from prayer. I want everybody to really take advantage of our licensed practitioners, not take advantage of them, but take advantage of the services. I think that's a better thing. Take advantage of their services, and they are called to prayer because that's what they have been called to do, to pray for us, pray for themselves, pray for the world. That's what they do. So please don't leave here today without getting prayer, even if things are going well. And the prayer is thank you, or the prayer is more please, or the prayer is everything is fine, I love my life, thank you, God, right? Whatever it is, go see a practitioner. They'll be up here in the front of the room at the end of the celebration. Just sit with one and have some prayer. It'll just change your life. It does. That's what it does. We know this. Prayer changes things. So please don't leave here today. Oh, also, there are prayer request forms in the bulletins. You know that, right? Fill it out. Put your phone number down if you would like. We'll pray. We'll call you at home. Put a prayer on your voicemail. However you'd like to be served in prayer, we're here to do that. So do that. Do that. Prayer is just so powerful. And it's life-changing, and it works. So do that. That's it. That's all I have to say. Let's go to coffee. No. I also want you to know we have guest packets. We do, right here. And they tell you a little bit about Vision, a Center for Spiritual Living. Its affiliation with Centers for Spiritual Living worldwide. And a whole bunch of stuff. There's a whole bunch of information in here. I don't even know what's in here. There's just so much, even little tiny like that, and there's a lot. Patricia Coughlin puts these together for us every single week. Isn't she wonderful? So even if you are a member and you know everything about Vision, you know what we should do? We should just put together like a trivia quiz on everything that's in here, just so I know whether or not you actually open it and read it. Anyway, okay, so even if you are a member of Vision and know everything there is to know about it, grab one anyway and give it to a friend and invite a friend in and allow them the potential, right, of changing their life as well. And we have a greeting. We're going to say it together. You with me? Whoever you are and wherever you are welcome here. You are safe and you are loved. And that's an important part of Vision, that we are an open and diverse community, and we are welcoming, and we are loving, and just resonate in that. That's a great energy to be sitting in right now. You ready? Okay, you ready? You ready? I would love for you to turn to somebody and just say, welcome to Vision. Glad you're here.
They're getting up and hugging. You lost them.
A bunch of huggers?
I love this part. You should see it from up here, you know? It's just lovely. Welcoming each other in, there's spontaneous hugging and laughter and welcoming going on. You're just altogether adorable. I love you. I'm going to turn it over to James Vandenberg now, who's leading our celebration singers, and we are going to sing our centering song to prepare us for our 5-minute meditation. Thank you.
God's the love that I am. God's the love that I am. God's the love that I am. God's the love I am. God's the love that I am.
gorgeous. Yes, you're absolutely right. It's fun up here to see all the bright and shiny full tummies. I mean, happy faces. So my name is Billy Francis. I'm one of those licensed practitioners here at Vision. And I'm going to read some quotes for you to take into your heart as we lead into our 5-minute meditation. And then after the meditation, I will go ahead and do our community prayer. So here we go, a couple of quotes for you. Love many things, for therein lies the true strength, and whosoever loves much performs much, and can accomplish much. And what is done in love is done well. Vincent van Gogh. From Ernest Holmes, our founder, love is the lodestone of life, the great and supreme reality, the highest gift of heaven, and the greatest good on earth, the treasure of all of our search. Join me now in 5 minutes of meditation. Thank you. I invite you to stay in that sweet meditative state, just allowing Spirit to inform you. We listen. We listen for love. We listen for joy. We find it right there in the silence. And what I know is that each one of us can experience that silence through the joy and the love that we are. That's what's coming through, is the true essence of this beautiful life that you're living. God's life expressed as you. So I know that for myself. I know that for each one here. We know that for everyone beside us, in front of us, and in back of us, right here in this sanctuary. We are surrounded by Spirit. We're surrounded by love. Allowing it, welcoming it, becoming it, and sharing it. What a gift. We give thanks for all that we have, and we can also give thanks for all that we give. Think of those things that each of us contribute to this day, to this lifetime. Be grateful for those as well. Grateful for that greeting, that smile, that energy, that concern, that caring that you are. So grateful for this opportunity to remember who we are, to remember our gifts for which we are grateful, and remember the gifts that we give. Always, always knowing that the source is Spirit. So this day is dedicated to the giving and sharing of the truth of who we are in love, in joy, in harmony, all good. I just give thanks. I am in high celebration of the truth of these words, and I simply now thank Spirit for this life, and I release this truth with love, and so it is.
Well, it would seem that a mischievous elf flipped the calendar page a month early and surprised Santa because we got our Christmas present early.
Oh, you're cute.
Ria Carey.
So real quickly, a week ago I'm driving down Adams Avenue, and it's just before I'm going to get onto the exit to go on the 8. And there's a couple side streets, there's a shopping center, there's a bank, and everybody's trying to kind of bleed in and wait for people to let them in so they can, get on their way as well. And I'm sitting there on Adams Avenue, and I see this lady, and she's trying to kind of edge forward, and I thought, okay. And so, but I also kind of was in a position where I had to either wait or move forward, and so she was a little too slow, I thought, and so I sped past her, and as I went past, I could see on her face, she was like, really? And I went, yeah. And so fast forward to yesterday, same thing, Adams Avenue, getting ready to go on the 8, same frickin' intersection, same thing, people are trying to bleed through, and I see this young girl, she maybe was 16, 17 at the most, probably in her dad's car, who is going to choke her if she gets in an accident. And she's like going forward and back and forward and back. And I thought, she is terrified. She's going to, and I thought, okay. And I'm like looking around, and the trees are decorated and it's all beautiful. And I'm like, it's Christmas. Go ahead. And I very charitably let her out. And I thought, right after that, I thought, yeah, it's Christmas, and you need to remember this in January, in February, in March. You know what I mean? Like, I want to have that feeling of giving and being generous, not just this month or this week, but through the year. And that's why I chose this song. Christmas time is here, happiness and cheer, fun for all the children call their favorite time of year. Snowflakes in the air,
fireside and joyful memories there. Christmas time is here, families drawing near. Oh, that we could always see such spirit through the year. Oh, that we could always see such spirit through the year. Merry Christmas.
Well, we made it through our monthly theme of loving the unlikable. It's a good thing. and this talk is called to love. We are called to love. I mean, that's our mission on earth, I think, is that we are called to love. You know, there's an old Buddhist story. I don't know if you remember it. You probably do. It's called the Buddha and the Angry Man. Anybody? Okay, so there was an angry man in the village and a complainer, and he was just miserable to be around, just horrible. And he inflicted it all on the entire village. They didn't care for him at all, right? No, just did not care for him at all. Nobody liked him. He was just an old grump. And one day the Buddha was walking through the village, and the angry man confronted him with all of his anger and all of his complaints and all of, everything that was wrong. And when he was finished, the Buddha said to him, when someone gives you a gift and you refuse it, to whom does the gift belong? And the man said, well, the gift remains the property of the giver. And the Buddha said, yes. So when I refuse your words and your anger and your complaints, you're stuck with them. Right? So the man went away to ponder this. And of course, he comes back a changed man. He realizes he was stuck with all of his own negative feelings. They didn't go anywhere. They didn't leave him. They were his. And he found the Buddha, and he apologized to him, and he was forever changed. Now, the Ernest Holmes, in this thing called life said how necessary it is not to attach our problems to divine mind, but to unite the divine mind with the answer to our problems. For there's a vast difference. Principles have no problems. Therefore, in a sense, we subject our finite problems to infinite intelligence, which automatically solves them through our recognition and our acceptance that they be solved. And he goes on, the actual practice, this means we rearrange our thinking in such a way that we permit these new ideas to flow through. The ideas, the fear, the tensions that have obstructed this flow are then released. The stream flows free again, and in this sense, that God is the answer to every human problem. See how simple that is? Very simple. Now, I wanted to tell you that there are variations of that Buddha story. The Buddha and the angry man. There are several different variations. And the one I like more than the one I just told you goes like this. The angry man bugs everybody in town. Nobody likes him because of his complaints and his anger and his mood all the time. Finally, the townspeople have had enough of him, and they tell him to get lost, really. They just nobody wants anything to do with him. So finally, the angry man leaves town. Thank God. All the townspeople celebrate. Oh my God, the whole grump is gone, right? Then the Buddha comes into town and he asks for him. Where is the angry man? And it is told that he's left. Yay! And the whole village is celebrating his absence because he's finally gone. So the Buddha leaves the village, and after a while he returns with the angry man. And the village can work on their unconditional love for him and work on their judgments of him and work on their acceptance of him. And ultimately, the town people accept him for just who he is, And because he is so loved unconditionally, he is changed as well. Now, I like that story better. Ernest Holmes, in 10 Ideas That Make a Difference, said, "We proceed on the theory that there is a divine presence in everything and everyone, and that this presence responds to us. Our recognition of this, our acceptance of it, our prayer of affirmation causes a response in us in a new way. This is the manifestation that rises to the level of our expectation, our faith, and our conviction, and our inner acceptance." So the village gets changed, the man gets changed, and the Buddha, of course, witnesses it all. And what I love about this variation of the story is that everybody is changed. It's not just the angry man, the townspeople are changed. And the angry man is changed as a result of the entire village changing. Such is the healing power of unconditional love. Not only changes us, but it changes everything around us. This is why we're called to love. This is why we are called to love unconditionally, to love as Spirit loves, to see people as God sees them. This is how we are called to love the unlikable. Somewhere in John, I don't remember, I don't have it here. Somewhere in John it says, "Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and everyone who loves is born of God and knows God. He who does not love does not know God, for God is love." There you go. That's our assignment on earth, right? Just love. We're here to love, right? And this pairs perfectly with what Krishna told Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. He told him, "The way of love leads sure and swift to me." Lovely, right? I find the spiritual path, when broken down to its true essence, is just the path of love. Really, this is all we're here to do. Simple, right? Again, simple, not easy sometimes. But Jack Kornfield reminds us the spiritual life is not about knowing much, but it's about loving much. Right? That's it. That's all we're here to do. Love, forgive, love some more, forgive, love. So that is our assignment. That's our job. Love unconditionally and completely. Now, Ernest said the law operates on the acceptance through our belief at the level of our faith according to our recognition. Our acceptance must be spontaneous as well as conscious. That is, the whole mind must accept. The whole being must respond. We must accept inwardly, outwardly, and completely. Inwardly, outwardly, and completely. That we are love and we are nothing but love. And we're to respond in love, and we're to respond with love. So, how do we do that? How do we do that? Well, the first question you want to ask yourself is, as I'm moving along on my spiritual path, am I moving toward love or am I moving toward fear? There you go. That's a great first question. Matthew, it says, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your soul and all your mind." That's the first and the greatest commandment. And the second one, love your neighbor as yourself. All the law and the prophets hang on these two commandments, right? So Jesus took the 10, distilled it down to those two, went, you're good, right? Everyone is just called to love. That's it. Sometimes we just don't want to listen, right? Sometimes we just choose not to listen. Or we try to find the loopholes. Right? But then, really? Okay, yeah. Okay, Jesus, so who's my neighbor, Jesus? Right? We do. We try to find the loopholes. Everyone is our neighbor, because you know what? Planet Earth is our neighborhood. That's it. Right? Where are you going to go? You can't move off. Planet Earth is our neighborhood. Love your neighbor. Ernest Holmes said the first thing to do is to love everybody. If you have not done this, begin to do so at once. I love it. He makes it so simple. That was in the Science of Mind textbook. One of the first things to do is love everybody. If you have not done this, begin to do so at once. Easy schmeezy. No, simple, right? But not easy. Yes, you can love someone unconditionally. Now, This is not a loophole, but I'm here to tell you. You can love someone unconditionally and not want to spend time with them. It's okay. It really is okay. You can love them as God loves them. You can see them as God sees them and not choose to go to coffee with them. Right? There are some toxic people among us. You may not want to hang out with them. That's okay. You can still love them unconditionally. You can still see them as God sees them. Unconditional love is about knowing the best for another person, while relationships are about mutual compatibility and healthy interactions. Do you see the difference? Right? Can you see the difference? It is possible to love someone deeply and want what is best for them, even if their behavior is not a good fit for you in a relationship. Difference, right? Ernest Holmes said we're spiritual, but we're not spiritual doormats. Right? This life is not supposed to be an endurance contest. You're not here to hang out with toxic people that would destroy you, right? But you are here to love them unconditionally as God loves them, and just not go to lunch with them. That's okay. You know, I was told one time years ago that you can tell you've forgiven someone when they have a free passage through your mind. Oh, isn't that lovely? and then another minister came along and said, well, you know you've totally forgiven that person when they have safe passage through your mind and you bless them as they go. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You can love someone from a distance, and you can wish them well, and you can know them as God knows them without being in relationship with them. Does that make sense? Okay. Some people can break our hearts. Let's just put it out there. Some people can break our hearts. You know, and that's funny. That's one of the catch-22s, right, of the human condition. That love is actually the cause of and the antidote for heartbreak. Right? When we love openly and undefended and unconditionally, we risk getting heartbroken. It happens. Sometimes it happens. And then there is the temptation to wall off our broken heart so that we don't get hurt again. Anybody? You know the feeling, right? But when we wall off our own hearts, we protect ourselves so that we cannot get heartbroken again. We miss out on the color and the warmth and the companionship of keeping our hearts open. We lose out on the potential of loving and being loved by. We exclude ourselves from our assignment, which is to love unconditionally, right? Remember, the spiritual path is not as much about living as it is loving. And when we wall ourselves off from, I'll never get hurt again, we build these fortresses around ourselves. That'll never happen again. We miss out on the assignment, which is to love unconditionally. Love everyone. You love those people that don't deserve it. The ones we have judgment on. Breathe. Get past the judgment. Love them as God loves them. Ernest Holmes said, as all is mind, and as we attract to us what we first become, until we learn to love, we're not sending out love vibrations. And not until we send out those vibrations can we receive them in return. Right? This goes back to you want a friend, be a friend, right? You want to love. You want, abundance, be generous. This is all this idea of be that thing in the world that you wish to experience. That's the only way we can do it. Because everything starts in consciousness and moves out into the physical manifestation. We have to change our consciousness. You have to be love in order to see it expressed back to you from all corners. Because the manifestation is a reflection of our consciousness. So, living in love, which is what we're called to do, begins with the self. It has to. It has to begin with our own consciousness. We have to fall in love with ourselves. Oh, don't you like that? Right? How many times do you go, ugh? You know, I mean, maybe I don't know if you do, but I mean, like there are times, right? You know, like when you get out of the shower and you go, oh, good Lord, what happened to me? You know, I know these things. or stuff like that, right? Or you make a mistake or you step in it and you go, oh, good Lord, I could have done that better, right? I mean, there are plenty of times when you just, you know, you're a woman on a mission. You know, sometimes I get blinders on and I just, you know, and then like people like falling by the wayside. Okay, you didn't stop and say hello. I know, I'm sorry, forgive me, I was on a mission, you know. But the self-forgiveness has to come first. You have to fall in love with yourself. If you don't like yourself, if you are overly critical of yourself, if you think you're just like, you know, not that great a human being, that's what's going to be reflected back to you in the world, isn't it? Everything begins in our consciousness. So if you see yourself as being at fault or faulted, right? Or just messed up or broken or whatever, you're going to see that around you. You're going to see confirmation of it in the world around you. Yeah, you're right, because the universe says, yeah, you're right. The universe supports your belief. The universe outpictures your most predominant thoughts. And if your most predominant thoughts are, man, I'm a mess. Man, I am a mess. The universe says, yes, you are. Right? That's all it can do, is just reflect back to us. So changing our consciousness means changing our thoughts about ourselves first. That includes self-care. That includes self-kindness. Right? And out of that self-care, self-love, self-kindness, it blossoms. It blossoms out from there to include those people around you. It is so much easier to forgive people around us. When we love ourselves, we can love them really easily. If we're condemning ourselves, those people out there don't stand a chance, right? Oh my God, they don't stand a chance. You're going to point to them and go, look at what a mess up they are. Look at how awful they are. Look at how wrong they are, because you're not accepting yourself. If you're already condemning yourself, you got no choice but to condemn outside you. Everything begins in consciousness. Everything begins in our own consciousness. So living in love starts with self-love, self-care, self-kindness, and it blossoms out from there. We must cultivate gratitude. We have to find those quiet moments in our own life where we can practice that self-acceptance and that self-love and that self-forgiveness. Forgiveness, right? Dear Emma, we love her, don't we? Emma Curtis Hopkins had a unique take on forgiveness, the practice of forgiveness. She said it was about giving up. For giving up. You give up your own thoughts of self-condemnation. You give them up to spirit. And that is forgiving. It's right. All of those thoughts of condemnation or denials or false beliefs or fear thoughts, you give them up to spirit, and that is forgiving. Those are all the things that are for giving up. And you are blessed with grace. And that's how she explained our forgiveness practice, and I love that. I think it's perfect. So this self-care includes giving up, forgiving ourselves. All right? That's why I said that guilt only has like a 5-second lifespan. That's it. Don't hang on to guilt, because guilt will tell you in the first 5 seconds, you know the little guy on your shoulder, what's his name? I don't remember. Cricket, Jiminy Cricket, right? You know the little dude. He will tell you, you know that thing you just did? Don't do it again. You know, that little thing you did, man, that was really mean or wrong or whatever, you know, unskilled behavior of you. Don't do that again, right? But that's it. That's all it's for, to remind you, hey, there's a better way to do that. Guilt longer than 5 seconds turns from you did something wrong to you are wrong. Do you see the difference? Right? Unresolved guilt becomes you're a bad person. not you did a bad thing, right? So guilt needs to be just acknowledged, offered to change, and be done with, right? You let it hang around too long, it'll just bite you. Don't do that, right? So this is all self-care. And find those quiet moments to think about this stuff. Find your meditation cushion. Pull it out from the closet. You know you put it away. Pull it out from the closet and start sitting on it. And it doesn't matter for how long. And it doesn't matter that your thoughts think. Because your thoughts think. They do. They just think. So let them go through you and keep going. Right? Just sit on your meditation cushion, waiting for nothing to happen. Just la, la, la. That's it. Just do that. Practice authenticity. Even if you have to take a moment and breathe before you respond. Respond authentically. Right? Don't try to fit in when you were born to stand out. You were. You're an individualized expression of God. You're not a series, you know. You're an individualized expression of God. Nobody's going to respond the way you do. Nobody's going to think the way you do. Nobody's going to do what you do the way you do it. Practice authenticity. Be your authentic self. And then we can move from there. Do you feel that? That you can move from there out. From unconditionally loving yourself to unconditionally loving others. And you're not bound by your own self-condemnation to condemn others. Then you can wholeheartedly love. Because you've already accepted yourself, even with mistakes, and even with your own unskilled behavior, and even with your short, curt answers sometimes to people. You can forgive yourself all that. You can forgive others much easier. So the unconditionally loving others becomes easy for you, right? There's no reason to hold a grudge. A grudge is just a place you keep your car from then on, It's just nothing. It's a nothing. You can forgive others so much easier because you're loving yourself. You realize, well, I do it. That's me too, right? That's me too. So unconditionally loving others includes active listening. Active listening is not this. Oh, yeah, honey, sure. Yeah, I know. Absolutely. Whatever. Yeah, okay. That's not active listening. Put the newspaper down. I don't even know if anybody reads newspapers anymore. Put your iPad down. Put your iPad down and make eye contact. Active listening. Listen with love. Listen the way God listens. God listens, right? Remember our most predominant thought, out pictures and form? God listens. So unconditionally loving others includes active listening, showing appreciation for others, for whatever they give you. I know, what was his name? Mr. Rogers had said, the most loving thing we can do is to accept what others want to give us, whatever that is, whether it's their opinion or their love or a cup of tea, whatever, right? It's the most loving thing we can do is accept what others want to give us. So showing appreciation, choosing kindness. We can react any number of ways, but let's choose kindness. It doesn't hurt, it doesn't cost. Choose kindness and perform acts of service. Always, 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 always. You never lose, you always gain when you perform acts of service. You always come away feeling better about yourself, don't you? You know you do. Come on, tell me. Agree with me. Yes, you do. Of course, of course. And finally, living a life of love means practice, practice, practice. Right? The old, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? How do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice, practice. Living a life of love means practice, practice, practice. You have the choice. You're always at choice. It's a lifestyle. It's not a single occurrence. Right? It's just like going to the gym, or it's just like practicing your instrument, or it's just like practicing your voice if you're a singer. It's practice, practice, practice. You don't get there. You don't get there and go, okay, I'm done. I'm an expert at this. It's always about practice. Practice loving kindness. Practice living in love. We are called to love. Practice it. Focus on the positive. Focus on forgiveness. Remember, when you can forgive yourself, when you're giving up, right? You're giving up your faults. You're giving up your unskilled behavior. You're giving up your selfishness, or you're giving up your jealousy, or whatever. You're giving it up for a greater experience of life. You can forgive others easily, so be forgiving. And honor and value the good that is around. How much good is there around you in your life that you just sort of don't look for, or you don't look at, or you don't see, even though it's there? Be conscious of the good around you. There's good around us everywhere. Everywhere we look, there is good. Focus on the good that is around us. Ernest Holmes said this. He said, when we realize that God and the human are one and not two, we shall love both. We shall love the human as an expression of God, and we'll love God as the life principle in all. When we love well, we reflect something greater than ourselves. Love points beyond us. It awakens hope in us. It heals others, and it heals ourselves. It breaks the cycle of harm and trauma. It reminds the world that the goodness still exists and that each one of us carries the ability to create it. We are the arms and legs and eyes and ears of Spirit. There is no other way for Spirit to show up in the world but through us. We are the demonstration of God's love. We are called to love. We are called to be the living reminders of the goodness that God is within all of us. Thank you.
Every now and then somebody comes and asks me if I'm a member here. I don't know if I'm a member or an honorary member or however, but I love being at this church. And I know some of you who know my history know I sing at a couple different churches, and one of my favorite places to sing was when I used to sing for Father Joe Carroll at St. Vincent de Paul. And I loved singing. He would call me at 6 a.m. to say, Ree, I need you to come to service. I need you to do some readings. And he, like Reverend Patti, was one of those pastors that if he called me, I would move heaven and earth to be there. Because first off, he made me laugh, and he was just wonderful. But his service, 6 a.m, 9, high mass, Saturday night at 7 o'clock, his service was always packed. And it was packed because he made every person feel welcome. He didn't ask questions. If he saw people standing in the back and they weren't coming in, he would go and ask. He would stop and go, why? And sometimes it was because they felt they weren't dressed properly, or they had uniforms that they had to go right from church. And he was like, no. He goes, you come in. And he made everybody feel welcome. And here, when I see that paragraph that says, whoever you are, wherever you've been, you are welcome and you are loved, that in this church is not just lightly said. It is meant. And that's why I love coming here and singing here, because it is meant. And that's what this group of people do. So thank you for that. And that's why I chose this song. This ain't coming from no prophet, just an ordinary man. When I close my eyes, I see the way this world could be if we'd all walk hand in hand. When the last child dies from a crust of bread, when the last man dies just from words that he said, when there's shelter over the poorest of heads, well, we shall be free. When the last thing we notice is the color of skin, and the first thing we look for is the beauty within, when the skies and the oceans are clean again, well, we shall
to love anyone we choose. When this world's big enough for all of our views, when we all can worship from our very own pew, then we shall be free. Oh, 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 we shall be free. We shall be free. So stand straight. You gotta have a little faith, and we shall be free. And when money talks for the very last time, and no one walks a step behind, when there's only one race, and we call it mankind, then we shall be free. Oh, 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 we shall be free. We shall be free. So stand straight. Oh, yeah, have a little faith. And we shall be free. Oh, we shall be free. We shall be free. Yeah!
Yeah. Don't you just love our music? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Thank you, Ria. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. So now this is our time for conscious circulation. This is our time to just be in the circulation, just be in the flow of God's abundance. That's what this is about. It's our spiritual practice of knowing that we are enough, we have enough, that God supplies, and that we open-handedly and open-heartedly receive and give and stay in that flow of God's abundance. So let's pray. I give great thanks for all of the qualities of God. I know that they are qualities of us, that Spirit has infused each and every one of its creations with all of its qualities, and I know abundance is one of them. So that as we recognize that quality in Spirit, we recognize it in ourselves, that we are the outpicturing of the divine life of God's, and that includes abundance. So we accept gratefully, we give graciously, we stay in the flow of God's abundance always, knowing that God's abundance is infinite. And so gratefully, with thanksgiving, we give generously, we accept graciously, we stay in that flow, we step into the river of God's abundance, open-handed and open-hearted, and we receive well, and we give well, and we stay in the flow. And so it is.
For the faith within me growing, for abundance overflowing, to the one who is all-knowing, I give thanks. For the storms that we have weathered, for a good that lives forever, let us harvest it together and give thanks. For the seeds that God has sown, for the consciousness we've grown, for the power that we own, we give thanks. For the well of perfect peace, and a love that cannot cease. For in the dark night, there is God's light. For the faith within me growing, for abundance overflowing, to the one who is all-knowing, I give thanks. For the storms that we have weathered, for a good that lives forever, let us harvest it together and give thanks. Let us harvest it together and give thanks.
I have a miracle miracle minute I want to share with you. This comes from Suzanne. She said, my cat Sweet Pea adopted me 3.5 years ago. She moved into the yard and into my heart. Due to health issues, she was not able to live inside with the other cats, but don't fret. She was quite set up on the back porch with 7 beds, a house, a TV, a spa, music, and a recliner for us to share. All right, well, I want to move in there too. Early November, I noticed something was off with her health, and a vet visit did not offer good news. Kidney failure, anemia, chronic illness was most likely an infection. Her numbers were off the charts, and the prognosis was fairly grim. So the first thing she did was submit a prayer request for her health and her wholeness and our peace. The miracle has been that over 3 weeks now, Sweet Pea is doing well. She is a great patient. She's allowing me to administer fluids as required. She lets me love on her as much as I need. I know that every day we have together is a gift from God. Thank you, everyone. So, thanks. Remember our little animal companions when you put in your prayer requests as well, right? They deserve our love and our prayers just like everyone else. So keep those demonstrations of answered prayer coming. I have more to share when you share with me. And now it is time for the last word by Johnny Kirko.
Not sure what that was, but yeah, it's like a Grinch. Hello, everybody online. We continue our meet and greet right after our celebration. Practitioners available for one-on-one prayer. Say hello. This Tuesday, we are practicing. Choir is going to be back to practice for Christmas Eve. Going to be a good celebration, all kinds of wonderful stuff. If you want to join us and you've thought about joining the choir, it's a great time to do it. It's fantastic, fun music. We'll be practicing the next 3 or 4 Tuesdays. 3 Tuesdays? 4 Tuesdays. And we start at 6:45 and go till 8:15. This Thursday evening, we've got a very special concert with one of our very own, Dorothy Darling. Come on up, Dorothy. She's doing an album release concert, and she's got this fantastic Christmas album, and she's going to be doing it up. So, Dorothy, tell us about it.
Whoops. Hey. Okay, so this is so exciting for me. I mean, if any of you have ever done an album, then you can relate, but it is a long process. It took us over a year, which is not unusual. Sometimes it takes way longer than a year, but we did it in a little over a year, and it's a Christmas album, and it's Dorothy Darling and Friends. So there's all kinds of really very talented musicians, talented singers. We're going to have food for $5 a plate. We're going to have Italian dinner. And we're just going to get in the spirit of the holidays with my CD release. It's going to be a celebration because I have been working long and hard to get this CD put together. And it's finally done. It arrived at my door. They arrived at my door a week ago. So we're all set to go. Please come. It's going to be just a super way to start the holidays. You can kickstart your holidays. So.
Thank you, Dorothy. A couple things on that. You can buy the CD. It's a CD. We also have it on an MP3, so you can purchase that online. And you can also buy them the evening of this concert. The concert's free, so you're just coming in here. The food's fantastic. Dorothy brings fantastic food as well. It's a lot of fun. We start 6 p.m., and the concert starts at 7. So be here and celebrate with Dorothy. I can't wait to have you be a part. Saturday evening, Eve Sellis is going to be here. Eve does a Christmas show every year. She's got a big old band here. She's going to have stuff. And by the way, Dorothy's got a full band as well for her CD, so release party. So the next week after that, we're doing Christmas caroling. It's coming quickly here. Christmas is here and with us. We're doing the Christmas caroling on Wednesday. December 10th starts at 7 p.m. It's free. You come and just get to sing with us, and you get to have cider or cocoa or whatever you're going to do. Come and be a part. It's a lot of fun. You know, you don't have to get up here and sing. You can sit in your chair. What's that?
But you can.
But you can if you want to come and sing. You're welcome to come and lead us. It's a lot of fun. Jim Bianchi will be here with us. And John, yeah, we also do the 12 days of Christmas, and I'm getting better at not having to run through the whole building. So we're going to be lining you all up this time. So come and be, it's a lot of fun. The night after that, Peter Boland and Joe Rathburn are doing the John Denver show. That's one of the best shows that they do every year. The room's filled with lots of people. John Denver's music, we all know it, we love it. We sing along to those songs, so you can get tickets for that. Want to mention Christmas Eve here at Vision is always fantastic. We will be doing that, of course, on the 24th. It starts at 7 p.m. Let your friends know and come and be a part of Christmas Eve with Vision. Always fantastic. Got the Higher Vision Choir, Mariah, Angeline, Andy Anderson, Nathan Fry, Reverend Patti. It's really going to be a fun, full evening, so be a part. Want to mention also we're continuing the Feeding of America. The boxes are in the sanctuary here, also in the front. If you want to bring canned goods, non-perishables, we're collecting those through the holidays, and we got a team of people who are going to be bringing those back. And Betty, thank you for leading that, and Lee, thanks, and John for helping us in that as well. Yes. We're continuing the legacy of Reverend Sam, who put this together for us years ago. Love, love, love Reverend Sam. Miss him. His birthday was this last week. Also, we're going to have poinsettias again this year. If you want to purchase one, you can go see Paul in the bookstore. We're going to line these up, right, Lair? We're going to get some poinsettias. It's the first time he's hearing this. We've been doing this for 15 years now, but... So thank you, Larry, for doing it. Uh-oh, Dorothy, you have something else to say? Dorothy's back here. I guess I didn't complete everything. What do you got to say, Dorothy?
Oh, I just wanted to say the practitioners are putting on the
I was going to say that, Dorothy.
Hospitality? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Anybody else want to come up and help me out here? Tasha. TK. I'm going to line you all up like the Three Stooges. Adopt-A-Bill continues here. We're doing the Adopt-A-Bill. We have all of the, again, that's a program where we get to see all the bills that we do here at Vision. And we love that we have bills, because without bills, we wouldn't be here, right? Because they are what we do here at Vision. And we encourage you to support us in that. And thank you for paying for some of the bills that we do have. And thank you for doing that. There's a way of doing it online. You can go do a donation. You can go see Paul in the bookstore. And it just is all of the different bills that we have here at Vision. Good stuff. So help us for that. And thank you for everybody who's done that. I want to give a big shout out. Thursday, we had 50 people in here for the Thanksgiving dinner. I want to give a big shout out to Jeannie, wherever you are. Jeannie, I know you're there you are right there. She's in the front. She did a wonderful job of coordinating. Dre and Kim, they made up turkeys, and everybody who brought food, thank you. Reverend Lori, I know you were a part of that as well. Thank you for doing that. Always a good time. The group just keeps getting bigger and bigger. We're going to have to get a bigger room. We need a bigger boat. What's that? And more turkeys. Yeah, we're going to need more turkeys. So thank you, everybody. Next week, Reverend Patti will be back. Her talk title is What No Longer Serves. We have Lisa Sanders and the house band, and it's going to be good. No, with the house band. Are we going to have the band? What do you think, Mark?
Yes.
We're going to have the band. We will have the band. How about Ria Carey today? Love Ria Carey. What fantastic energy. The band rocked also with her today. Dude, you guys rock. It's just so good. And then we do have a fantastic meal right after the practitioners. What happens is the fifth Sunday of any month, we have a group of Vision people. So it can be like we've done the choir, or the core council, the usher. So what we do is on the fifth Sunday, they provide the food. So today, the practitioners did that. So thank you, practitioners, for your support. And also, so stick around. It's going to be some fantastic food. Thank you, everybody.
Yay. Okay, now we're going to stand up. I'd love the practitioners and the ministers to come to the front of the room to be ready for prayer. All right, we have affirmations to say, and they're up there. Yay! Okay, yay! I'm so glad we're all on the same page. You ready? You with me? Let's do this. I choose love. Oh. That is not what's on my bulletin. Okay. Ignore these? Okay. Look at your bulletin. Because I was like, wait, that doesn't sound right. I don't know. We have affirmations in our bulletin for this week. You ready? You with me? I choose love over fear in every situation. Pure love is radiated and it returns abundantly. I am grateful. I am so loved. Whew. Okay, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Let's say 2 and 3 again. Pure love is radiated and it returns abundantly. I am grateful. I am so loved. Oh, yeah, just breathe that in. Oh, my gosh, what a great affirmation. I am grateful. I am so loved. And that is the truth of all of us. You ready? You with me? Okay, let's pray. Giving great thanks for this day, for this celebration, for everyone in it, for everyone in the room, for all those volunteers, for all of those people who just know this is truth, know that this philosophy is just life-affirming and love-growing, that we are the place where joy shows up, and laughter, and abundance, and health, and wisdom, and wholeness. All of the qualities of God flow through us. Everything that God is has been poured into us, and it is up to us to accept. It is up to us to claim it. It is up to us to acknowledge that we are some part of the one life of God's. And then proceed from there, giving great thanks for all of this good. I simply let it be, and so it is.
So it is.
Be my joy.